Hello everyone, this video will cover Module 13. Module 13 is the second module for drama or playwriting. In this module, you don't have an assignment due related to drama. We're actually looking at publishing, but this serves as sort of a buffer to allow you more time to write your play because 2 weeks really just isn't enough time. So it also gives me a little bit more time to look through those play plans that you did in the previous module, and that way you have a chance to get some feedback from me before you actually start writing the play. So this is sort of the in-between module. You should be working on your play throughout this module, but we are also going to be looking at literary magazines in this unit. So literary magazines are one of the first places that student writers often look to get published. And the literary magazines are publications that are usually housed through a publisher or a university. Sometimes they're online, sometimes they're print, sometimes they're both. And they are just publications of short work. Some of them specialize in this particular theme of work. Some of them only do a particular type of creative work, but they all kind of have the same thing in common, which is they're there for short works. It's not novel length publications. And so it can be a huge advantage for people who just are kind of getting into writing to be able to submit their work in this way. So this is just to learn a little bit more about it. I'm not expecting you to actually submit any of your work to a literary magazine, but especially for students who are new to creative writing, this can be some just information that they find pretty useful. So I've got quite a few websites linked here, different lists of literary magazines, as well as some articles just about literary magazines, how to submit, as well as this video about how to submit to them. So it's just more information for you. You might only end up using the lists of literary magazines because the assignment that you're completing is just to find one and post on this discussion board. So fairly simple of assignment. What you're going to be doing is you find a literary magazine. You can just Google if you want to, or you can actually find one off of one of the lists that I just showed you. And then when you're ready, you're going to hit reply and then put the title of your magazine in there, as well as the URL so that we have a link to it. And then you're going to answer these 5 questions. You can copy and paste them in there, or you can just number your answers so that we know which one is which, and just give us the information about that literary magazine, how often it's published, how is it accessed, is it print, online, or both, what sort of genres do they look for, and then how do you submit work if there's a prize or contest. Some of them, they only accept work for a certain amount of time, and then there's some sort of contest, and then the winners of the contest will be the ones that are actually published, that kind of thing. And so that's just kind of basic information that you'll have to click around the literary magazine's website in order to find. So then once you're done with that, you'll post your post, and then when you're finished with that, you'll look to see what your peers have posted, and you're going to pick 2 of them. And then you're actually going to access the literary magazine and read the submissions to see a lot of times they have past issues of the literary magazine that you can look at, read different submissions that have been posted there, or examples of submissions and kind of what you think of them. Look maybe at the awards that they've won, what kind of authors have submitted work there, whether or not money is involved if you win or if you want to submit. So those are just kind of any information that was not included in the original post, you can put in your response post. And so those are just some areas that a lot of students do. They go look at the past submission and read something that was submitted just so that they can kind of see what something looks like that's been submitted. So you'll respond to 2 of your peers. Now, if you go in and you can't find any, like all the literary magazines have already had multiple responses to them, make sure that just send me an email and I'll post a couple for you so that you have something to respond to. The other thing to remember is that I don't want you posting the same literary magazine as someone else. So if somebody has already done that one, you have to pick a different one. That way we get some variety as to what's posted. And those of you who are still left in the class participating will have that many different kinds of literary magazines to look at. So that's the purpose of this assignment, is just to see those different literary magazines. When you're done, obviously make sure you do the self-assessment quiz. So this is the one assignment in the unit, but you should also be working on your play and accessing the feedback on your plan so that you can get working on that play assignment. That will be due in the next module. If you have any questions, send me an email. Otherwise, have a great week.